Mike Jones Beats.
Somebody already got kicked. Dope. Somebody already got kicked. Dope.
Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing cuckoo, and get thrown out the conversation. Throw up two fingers and tell them, please don't keep the drama away. Bye. Donate to the cause and hit the cash app. And if you ain't got it, them likes are free. Go and smash that. BBN, hit that with a hashtag. Sick with the content, come around and need a hazmat. Jack Frost, yeah, you dudes need to back off. He got the work around here, yeah, we all tip our hats off. Keep the same name, that's what you point for. But if you coming back in, put a 2.0. Big bags, and you asking what they heavy for. Foot and ass be going hella crazy with the petty wars. Good conversation, that's what we be really ready for. A conversation like being on the bottom of a heavy whore. Nah, why niggas be like that? I unsubscribe and tell them, yo, hey, I'll be right back. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing and get the bags. With the force of everything that I have. Say the wrong thing and get the bags. Oh, now you niggas salty and you mad. Niggas say the wrong thing.
Yeah, bags. We just kicked that guy straight out the door. We don't got time for that. We hold notes over here. Who the fuck is that dude? Hold on. Can we get bags in the chat? Y'all don't see it, but somebody got hit with bags. Can we get all the bags?
BBN, I was not ready. So the song went off, but I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready. So I was sitting here and was about to hit the button, but there was like mad shit going on and I was not ready. BBN, Jack Frost, how's everybody doing today? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We're about to have a real conversation. Okay, so recently, just so we can be clear on this, recently a lot of shit's been coming up about contracts and all of these other things going on in the wheelings and the dealings of the music industry. And so today Mace drops a song. At least I heard it today. If it came out before today, please somebody let me know. But today Mace drops a song apparently, and he's going at Diddy. So I said this would be the perfect time to talk about Bad Boy needs a whole documentary. And I think the Bad Boy documentary shouldn't be like one movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be like an encyclopedia. Like a Bad Boy needs a whole entire documentary. And somebody has to do it that is not a friend or care about who Diddy is. Like, you know, of course. It needs to be as unbiased as possible with real information on both sides of both sides, from Diddy's side and all information. Somebody needs to do a Bad Boy, and you shouldn't do it in movie form. Maybe do it in series form. Right? You do a documentary and you do it like a Netflix series, Bad Boy, and each episode will be a different artist. Maybe an episode will be about 44 minutes, maybe longer depending on what the artist is. Like big episode will probably be close to an hour and a half long. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's a good idea. Anyway, you could do a whole documentary on the things going on with Bad Boy. So we're gonna be discussing that. We're gonna be talking about that. And there's a couple of things that Mace said specifically in this particular rap. We're gonna talk about. That's the only thing that we have on the docket. But I don't have it on the docket, but I'm open to talk about damn near anything, especially when we're discussing the contract. So the conversation that we had earlier with Dirk would be up for conversation. We have people in here that want to talk about, you know, whether Tekashi 6ix9ine is going broke or not, or whatever the hell that got to do with anything. But that will also be up for the conversation. And also, do I think he's going broke? No, I don't. But also his broke and our broke is two different brokes. I just want to be clear with you. When we're broke, there might be a problem with a bill might have to be put off. When he's broke, then he just can't. Probably he has to. I don't know. Don't get the car with the. No, he shows up with only 2 bodyguards. I don't know. I don't know what his broke is, man. I don't have those type of problems. My problems aren't that dope yet. Well, how it would be so dope to have those problems, rich people problems. Sorry about that. All right, let's get into it. So for everybody that know, back when Bad Boy was a thing, Diddy, P Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, what else he goes by? Now he goes by like Brother Love or some shit. He was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, producer on the planet involving hip hop, with the exception of Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is, as we already know, he's the stratosphere. He is the peak of the peak. He is the um there was a perfect word for it. I can't remember how to say the word. There was a French word. Oh man, fuck it. I can't remember. It's a phrase and shit. I can't remember the beginning of the phrase. Anyway, I used to date this chick that was, and when she was in school doing her taking French up, because French was one of the things in which she took up in school. We used to I used to help her study or whatever. So I learned like a word or a phrase here and there. So I like to use them, especially when I see them in movies. Then it kind of like brings back the sometimes you see them, not that much though. I watch a lot of foreign films. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, pardon me. Anyway, so it's the creme de la creme, basically. So but that wasn't what I was thinking about. I was thinking of a better one. But basically, it's the creme de la creme as far as Dr. Dre is, and making music goes. Who's better than him in hip hop? So I said all that to say this. So Puff Daddy, as we all know, was a direct rival of you could say Dr. Dre, because even though Puff Daddy doesn't make music, he doesn't do what Dre does. I want to know something. I want to know, what do people think Puff Daddy actually do? I want to know that. Like, do y'all think Puff Daddy is actually in the studio, like turning knobs and making the music? I'm curious, because as far as I know, he is not doing that. As far as I know, he's more like a producer. He gets people together to create the project. He probably helps create the vibe that creates the energy. Because from what I heard, and this is just something that, as far as I know, this is a factual statement I'm about to make. Biggie Smalls used to actually rap totally different than the Biggie Smalls that we know. He became this smooth, ladies man, big fat lovable guy, love the ladies, pimp dude, because that was the encouragement of Puff Daddy. Sean Combs was encouraging that type of behavior. What up, AP Wiz? Pick a plateau. I don't know what that is. Haven't seen you in a while, AP. How you doing? Don't know what pick a plateau is. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so Mace dropped the diss track. I'm being extremely long-winded, so I'm gonna get to the point. For people that don't understand this, Puff Daddy is considered to be one of the biggest thieves in hip hop. To be honest with you, I don't think people understand how much of a big deal this is that Mace came out and said this, and how much further Mace might be willing to go to put people on to how not to get robbed in the game. I want to explain something to y'all. Y'all do know that I have never seen this happen with any other label or with any other group of people. But you do notice that Puff Daddy, and this is not me coming at him, I'm just going to say something that's a factual statement. How many people went up with Puff Daddy, had one hit, and then disappeared? Like, if that happens once or twice, it's okay. It is what it is. But when it happens almost every time, what in the hell? How many people was with Puff Daddy on some real shit, came out with him, dropped the song, the shit blew like crazy. And then all of a sudden, these guys is gone. We don't really see these guys no more. Mace made a point. He said, Joe, in the diss track, Mace said, Joe, pardon me, Puff Daddy was stealing beats. I'm going to say something. And just bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to say something. This is the shit that kills me. Because I'm not going to let Mace off the hook. This is the shit that kills me. Niggas will be doing some crooked shit with you. Niggas will be doing some crooked shit with you. And then when y'all separate, go the other ways, they do good, you don't do as good as them, then they'll double back on you and act like you was doing it by yourself. Now, obviously, Mace wasn't in on this, and obviously, Mace was getting used by Puffy, and Puffy still owe him money, and that's a whole fact. But my point is this. Why has it took so long for Mace to come out and start talking about this shit? Like, Mace should have been talking about this shit a dumb long time ago. Like, this is something to be talking about. Like, what are you talking about? For everybody that don't know, Mace got ran out of Harlem. For real, for real. For real, for real. Like, that was some real shit. Mace leaving Harlem, going to become Reverend Mace, or what was he? Minister Mace, all that shit. He really got ran out of Harlem. That's some real shit. Level Up says French Montana was smart. He made sure he got his masters included in the deal with Puff. Yo, my dude. Puff has this contract that people sign. I keep telling people about this. Listen. He has this contract that you sign with him. It's called a finder's whatever. I forgot what they call it. But basically, you sign this contract with him, and he gets money off of you for the rest of your career. Like, for the rest of your career, every time you do something, he gets paid. You know, I believe he still gets paid whenever the Locks do anything. I believe whenever the Locks do anything, he still get a check. The Locks is not 100% out of that deal. Whenever the Locks do something, he still get a check. I believe. I could be wrong. So what Diddy was doing was, this is what I think he was doing. This is the way I was feeling. This is the energy I was feeling. Let me know what you think about it. I felt like he was going and getting artists, getting them in the game, getting them to sign these contracts where even if they go off with somebody else, they get paid. And then he let them go off into the world and go work with other people, and he make money off of them like that. Now with that, I don't have an issue. Because like right now, like that, I don't have an issue. Even though I don't agree with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that, I don't have a problem with. You feel me? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna say something. Hold on. AP Wiz says you got to make sure you bring the right lawyers when you sign them contracts. Check this out. DJ Academic said something the other day in a video that I saw him talking, and I don't know if everybody got the gist of it, but I'm gonna tell you an interpretation of what he was saying in the way in which I interpreted it at least. He said, "Yo, look, what happens is when y'all go pull up to these sign these outs, sign these record, go to these record labels or whatever. If you don't have your own lawyer, they're gonna give you a lawyer. First of all, if I'm signing a contract with somebody, I don't want them to give me no fucking lawyer. I want to go get my own lawyer. I don't want my lawyer to have no ties to these niggas. That's just me, right? So it is what it is. So he went and got. So generally speaking, when you sign with a record label, if you don't have a lawyer, they give you a lawyer. They pay for the lawyer and everything, right? Boom. Right? So how is that lawyer going to be in your best interest when dealing with that record label if they get paid from the record label? I don't give a fuck if they say, well, we still, it's like this and nah. I don't care about none of that. You still get paid based on what the record label was talking about. You understand? The record label pay you. If the record label pay you, I don't pay you. You work for them. You don't work for me. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely you got to bring a lawyer. Don't let them give you a lawyer. You bring your own lawyer, and preferably a lawyer that handles those type of contracts. Don't show up with a fucking accountant, like a lawyer that handles taxes. You know, be like, if you're gonna get sued by the IRS, you probably need that guy. So keep him in the Rolodex. But show up with a lawyer that reads contracts, especially contracts pertaining to the situation in which you're in. A strict knowledge. Yes, that's what they do. Yo, look, academics even explained it. He was like, yo, the record label even say, we're gonna pay for your lawyer. Don't worry about it. We'll cover your lawyer fees. But remember, on that 360, or everything is recoupable. You understand what I'm saying? So them lawyer fees that they're now paying to the lawyer, that's recoupable. They can recoup back off of that. So even though they're paying it to the lawyer, they still gonna take that shit out. They're gonna still get that shit back from you. That's a fact. And there's another point that I don't know if he actually expounded on or spoke on, or if he spoke about it later. And I'm not sure about this, but I know when you give money, they're loans. So if there's any type of loan situation set up, if there's any type of interest situation set up, is that when the money you pay the lawyer, do you have to pay them the money they pay the lawyer? Do you pay them back that same exact money, or do you pay them back more? Like, do you have to pay them back more, or do you pay them back the same exact amount? Because if you pay them the same exact amount, that's some bullshit. But at the end of the day, if you fall for it, you fall for it. But if you pay them back more, you understand what I'm saying? Now they're making money off of you. They're making money off of them paying for your lawyer. That's crazy. I'm not saying that that's the situation. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, if that was, if you could get the gist. Hey, that'd be crazy, right? Imagine that. They say, don't worry about it. We cover your lawyer fees. Knowing damn well they doubling back up. They spending the block for those lawyer fees. And then on top of that, because they gave the lawyer the money, now you got to pay them. That'll be some bullshit. It sounds like some shit niggas to do. Anyway, back to Diddy. I want to say something. I've been saying this for the longest. Why is there no album from Biggie Smalls that's after his death? Like, I get it. His second album came out after he died. But why isn't there more music? There's no way in the world you telling me he only went to the studio and only recorded the music that they put out. There's no way you can tell me that. I do not believe that. I don't think anybody that's ever made music in the studio believes that the only music Biggie Smalls ever made was the music that we heard. What I want to know is, where's the rest of the music? I want to know, why is nobody never talking about that? I want to know why people act like Biggie Smalls at least don't got 2 or 3 songs that didn't come out. Every rapper has 2 or 3 songs that didn't come out. Nas dropped a whole mixtape, the Lost Tapes. Remember? Every MC, every rapper has this. Where's Biggie's? Where's Biggie's at? Every rapper has this. Every rapper goes to the studio, and at some point you up in there and you record songs that you never released. Where's Biggie's? Where's Biggie's songs that he never released? Shout out to Tyson Garcia. I know where some of them went. I could just blow niggas up right now, but this isn't about that. This is about Puffy and Bad Boy. Biggie only had 3 studio albums he made alive, allegedly. He only dropped 2 albums, though. What are you talking about? There's only 2 albums dropped. So even if he made 3 studio albums, where's the third one? Which 3 albums are you talking about? Which 3 studio albums are you talking about? I only know about 2 albums he dropped. He died at the second album, Life After Death, right? The double CD. Because everybody was dropping double CDs around the time. Whatever that was about. I hated that, though. I'm going to say something real quick. A lot of people was dropping double CDs and like it wasn't. It was like nah. You could have kept like 4 of those songs forever. Let's talk about that Tyson Garcia. You notice I have not talked about how good the song is. Hold on, Tyson Garcia. If you notice, I have not talked about how good the Mace song is. I'm just talking about some of the aspects, some of the things he talked about in the song. I think they put the auto tune on for Mace so it didn't sound his it don't sound dated. I think that that's what it was for. Ready to Die, Life After Death, and Born Again. All right, yeah, but yeah. No. I know what happened to some of his music, and I'm telling you that there was more music. I'm just leaving it at that. You've heard his music. Put it like that. You've heard it. You've heard it. Copy? You've heard it. And y'all loved it, by the way. One rapper dropped an entire album. It was Biggie. Y'all loved it. Y'all loved it. The album's a classic. What up, Hood Harmony? Hey, what up, Hood Harmony? Born Again wasn't a studio album. It was digitally revived album. Thank you, AP Wiz. Appreciate you. Peace on the pull up. G Crawford. Yeah, what up, Hood Harmony? You already know. What up, C Jones? He says, what's good, fam? Frost. What good, Symbology Scanner? How you doing? Salute, BBN. Yeah, I heard the Mace song. I think they did all that auto tune shit because I think he sounded dated. The last, the last album, the last album. Pardon me. The last verse just sounded dated. It just sounded really dated. I would rap more, right? Okay, this is the best way I could give you. I think I'm nice. I think I'm really good, right? Um, I'm not talking about whether anybody else is good or not. I'm talking about myself. I think I'm really, really good, right? But I also think that sometimes some of my tendencies when I rap are dated. Some of my tendencies, like my cadences and my patterns, and if I'm not actively, especially when I'm freestyling, being conscious or aware of this, it can sound dated. Mace 40 years later complaining, get the fuck out of here. Remember Biggie's birthday or something like that just passed. That might have had something to do with it. You know. But he is complaining now a long time later. That's a fact. Um, I'm not here for that. I'm gonna say it like this. A couple of days ago we was talking about this. And I think I literally said Diddy. And I said some of these dudes need to just say fuck whatever the problem was with the person that they was dealing with that they not dealing no more. They need to spin the block for some of these people. Like they need to come and do good by some of these people that they used to do business with previously. I think I'm not sure if I was talking about Diddy or not. I could have been. But Diddy 100% in my opinion, and this isn't even from a karma standpoint, This is from most people don't know what karma means. They use it so incorrectly. I be looking at the chat. They be using karma so incorrectly. It's bananas. Um, Let me not use that word because I'm gonna confuse some people. AP Wiz says we need to get to the meat and potatoes on why Mace is actually reaching at Diddy now. What's the reason? Inquiring minds want to know. Um, I think there's been a renaissance in hip hop lately. Started by the Locks. So you never know. You never know. I think there's been a slight renaissance in hip hop. You know, a little. Started when the Locks did what the Locks did. I think the verses screwed the pooch. They should have came back after that with another really really good uh, late '90s, early 2000s verses, and they didn't. I think they screwed the pooch. Um, Tyson Garcia says Mace playing double dutch. He pumped faking like he coming back in the game. Folks not rocking with you, Mason. I don't think Mace came dropped an album. I don't think he doing anything like he coming back into the game. He did before though, so I understand your position, but I don't think he's pump faking like he's coming back into the game. I think that he's just doing something. I don't think he said anything about coming back into the game. It might have something to do with the Freddie P shit. Why not? Going to make the Oracle 3 with Freddie P. um Diddy was a person that was able to get people to do things, get people to invest in shit. Right? Diddy was the money guy. Diddy was the dude that was able to go and get people to invest in niggas in the hood. Let's just keep that in appropriate perspective. I think sometimes I just want to say something real quick. I think sometimes when we're talking about somebody and the things that we don't like that they do, I think we don't keep into the appropriate perspective the good that they do. I think that people love to just pretend like somebody that we're upset at never did anything good in the world ever. And I think that's dangerous. I don't think it's as dangerous for the person that they're talking about as it is for the environment. Because now you're creating I just think it's dangerous. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, it's just dangerous. It's creating all types of different weirdo ass problems. I just think it's dangerous. Um, I got a question. I wouldn't say Diddy caused any psychological problems for anyone. These individuals were heavy into drugs and alcohol. That's the time frame that they lived in. All right, that time frame that they lived in, everybody was heavy into drugs and alcohol. Griselda gave way to the new boom bap. Shout out to Hood Harmony. Agreed. Along with Joey Badass. AP Wiz says, damn, it seems like Diddy caused a lot of psychological problems for artists. I would have loved two blinkers with what couldn't have been jammed the money issues. No, I don't think so. I think okay, so I was fortunate I was fortunate in the 90s to be around the rap game a little bit to a certain degree. And I used to get invited to like, shit was just different. Like you go to like shit is just different. Like now you go to somebody's album like listening party and shit, and it's just different. Like before you would go to somebody's listening party and you'll be like, I don't know, I'm just gonna speak about listening parties I've been to. So I like you go to a listening party, you'll be like at the studio or whatever, there's like a whole bunch of people there, people drinking champagne and shit. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like you got people drinking champagne, you got like it looked different. Like nowadays you go to listening parties, it's like you got a strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain this. Like it was just a different vibe. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain this. Like, I've been to listening parties where motherfuckers is almost wearing fucking everybody, like the majority of the people there. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like the shit, like world is just too ghetto now. Like it's okay. Like we want to be comfortable, but the world is just too ghetto now. It's just too ghetto. I don't know what to tell you. It's just too ghetto. Shit is crazy. And I want to apologize for being late today. We was late today. I just was got everything going late. That's it. I was just got everything going late. And I am extremely consistent, by the way. I'm gonna explain how I'm consistent. When nobody is in here harassing me, I genuinely do a good show. When I'm getting harassed, sometimes I don't. That's consistent. That's consistent. If you throw the ball to the guy on the outside and he hits it away almost all the time, he's being consistent. The fuck? No, but I don't think those guys got psychological problems. I'm gonna tell you right now. I said all that shit to say this. A lot of those dudes. Okay, first of all, what do you consider somebody having a psychological problem? Somebody doing something that you don't agree with, or somebody acting in a way that you don't understand? You know how often people act in ways that you might not understand, and there's nothing wrong with you nor them. Just because you can't understand somebody's behavior, that just might mean that you don't know enough about them to know why they reacted that way. Also, is this a reaction or is this an action? Remember, a reaction and a reaction are two different things. People love judging other people's reactions and saying somebody is crazy because of a reaction. Let that think about that for a minute. Just let that simmer for a minute. For a reaction, not for an action. For a reaction. Think about how many times you react to something without even thinking consciously. So pay attention to when people are saying something one way about something or something. That's why I don't. The majority of people don't even have. The percentage of people who even have the ability to be able to recognize a psychological problem is small. I'm going to say that again. Uh, the percentage of people who can even recognize a psychological problem is small. I don't know no other. I don't know no other. I don't know what no other way to put that. I mean, I'll say it a little bit more plain and simple. Most of the people that people are calling crazy ain't nothing wrong with them. Most of the people that's probably calling people crazy, there's probably something wrong with them. Just saying. Shout out to G Crawford. He says, sick in my head, make team gold, 20 monthly with promo. Let me know. DM me. No, 20 monthly is that's not gonna be a thing. But DM me. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that loud. You should have said something. Did you put "sure" in the front of that comment? Yeah, you did. I didn't see that. You should have just DM'd me. You should have just DM'd me. I ain't see that shit. Um, AP says, I suppose once the money's is always looking for someone to blame if there's alcohol and drugs involved. No, P. Diddy literally stole money. What are you talking about? He stole money. What are you talking about? Just because somebody has drinking alcohol or are doing drugs, that don't mean that other people got a right to steal their money and we're just gonna act like they didn't, right? P. Diddy stole money. That's a fact. P. Diddy stole beats. It's a fact. P. Diddy did a lot of things that were not above board. These are facts. So because some artists had gotten involved with drugs or alcohol, we're just gonna act like all that other shit don't matter? Like, what kind of time? I don't understand what kind of time are we on. Are we on the type of time where if anything happens to anyone, we're just gonna figure out a way that it was their fault? So if somebody gets shot, how that's their fault, right? If somebody's driving in the car and somebody just rear ends them, you got to figure out how that's their fault. I'm just asking for a friend, because it seems like every comment you make is somehow trying to make it seem like it's their fault. Everybody know Diddy stole money. Why would you even make a comment? And this is me, and I'm not coming for you. This is a real question. Everybody knows Diddy stole money. Why would you make a comment saying, I'm supposed once the artist's money gone, you always looking for someone to blame if your alcohol and drugs involved? We all know Diddy stole money. Why would that comment need to be made? You understand what I'm saying? Tyson, what up, Baby Chew? Says, Mason went off again. He dropped some shit. Some of the bars I liked. The beginning of the song I liked. Towards the end of the song, I think he sounded dated. I don't know. Let me know what y'all guys think when you hear the song. I was about to read that, Tyson Garcia. Tyson Garcia says, Diddy a thief. Everyone knows that Diddy is a thief except for AP Wiz. AP Wiz doesn't know. Every single other person knows though. Every other person knows. Somebody's gonna come in here and say that I'm something that's why nobody don't want to be in here, because you making fun of your community because I'm being sarcastic. Barry Small says they not messing with Diddy no more. Who not messing with Diddy no more? Stop playing the pronoun game. All these artists, what up, Ming E. Rivers? All these artists complained about him robbing them. Everyone complained about him robbing them. Now I want you to go back and read AP Wiz's comment when he says, I suppose once the artist's money's run out, basically they got to blame somebody. But everyone complains that Diddy has robbed them. Everyone. Allegedly, Biggie Smalls was leaving Bad Boy for that specific reason. Allegedly. Thank you for adding context to the conversation and not feeling like you have to be um, um, bringing conflict in order to make things interesting. I appreciate that. I'm not going to say everyone that used to deal with him, but I've heard a lot of stories about Diddy. A lot. Personally, like straight out of the fucking mouth, and just hearing things in the industry, and like we all offer YouTube and shit like that. But I've heard shit straight out of niggas' mouths about dealing with Diddy and Bad Boy, and about the shit that they had to deal with, especially back in the 90s. Like that whole shit that happened at hold on. That shit that happened at that college, I think it was Columbia it was. That shit didn't have to happen. It didn't have to go down like that. Them niggas was they got greedy. That's it. For everybody that don't know what I'm talking about, I think it was Columbia College. They had in the 90s, I knew people that was there too. They was in the middle of the whole shit. They had a year. What up, Mr. Jones? We got the super producer Mike Jones up in here. They was in the they had a concert at, I believe, Columbia College or whatever the case it was. There was a stampede, and I think 6 people died or some shit like that. They got trampled, and I think like 6 people died from like asphyxiation and things like that. Diddy got sued for that. As far as I know, they was still in court after like 20 years or some shit like that. He was still in court with the motherfuckers. Anyway, yo, check this out. So they got greedy. What they did was the building had a certain capacity that they could hold inside of the gym. Diddy and them just, because people kept buying it, they just gave away and sold. They sold mad tickets, not gave away. They sold mad tickets. They sold over the capacity. So when it was time for the day of the shit, everybody was pushing at the door, and the whole thing happened, and niggas started getting trampled and ran over, and people died. These is facts. These is facts. Niggas died. If everyone's saying that, what's that telling? With everybody saying what? Well, I don't always go with what everybody is saying also, because hold on. I don't always go with what everybody is saying. I'm not going to say because everybody is saying it, I agree with it. What I'm going to say is there are a lot of people saying a thing, and facts are also leading up to it. One of the things that I pointed out was this. Your man Biggie, how he don't have no post-harmonious... fuck. I don't know how to say that word. How he don't have any albums that was dropping. She should have had, like... He's one of the greatest rappers of all time. How he don't got 2 or 3 albums drop after he died? How he don't got 2 or 3 albums drop after he died? He one of the greatest rappers of all time. So, he only recorded the music that he dropped. The only music he ever recorded in the studio was the music that we heard re-released. That's not the case. So me knowing that, there's certain things that I could believe, but I don't just believe things because there's a lot of people saying it. There's a reason, and I'm not going to talk about the situation. I'm just going to let it go, but I want to say something. There's a reason why I'm always saying, yo, there's this thing that happened to me, and then I'm bringing up my family when we're talking about bullshit like this. Because I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not trying to talk about them niggas. But this is literally shit I've had to deal with. So I just be trying to explain to y'all, I've dealt with this type of shit before. I know how it feels for people to all agree to lie about a thing also. I know how it feels for people to get together and agree to lie about a thing in order to try to force you to do something. I know how that feels. So no, I'm not agreeing on something because a lot of people are agreeing to it. I'm agreeing on shit based on what kind of information I get. Not a sheet. Not a sheet. I don't think anybody should ever agree to anything because everyone else is agreeing with it. That don't make sense to me, but I'm just saying. I'm not coming at you. As of the information that we recently found out, I don't think anyone should be suing Travis Scott. As far as the information that we recently found out, I don't think anyone should be suing Travis Scott. You're just that same person that keeps switching up different accounts and then coming in here and just, I don't know what the fuck. I just really wished I had people that wanted to comment in here that knew what was going on. So I could have a fucking conversation that makes sense instead of me spending almost a third of the fucking show explaining how somebody is saying how what's wrong with it, instead of me being able to have a conversation where we're building and we're talking about things and we're building it, we're learning. I gotta have conversations where people are saying stuff, and the only way I can interact with the damn community is by me explaining how the thing that the person is saying don't make sense. That's making my content negative every time I talk. Like, I don't want to have to be negative every time I talk, and this is why I don't like that that person is in here, and this is why I hate when people come into the chat to play fucking devil's advocate. What the fuck? Imagine spending a majority of your time at work talking to people, or a person at least, that never understands what you're talking about. It's just they're just incapable. That's how I be feeling, because this person keeps going and getting multiple accounts and then coming here and waste this shit is crazy. And then nobody else talks when this person is talking half of the time. The shows where people are talking and saying something, I think those be the better shows. Because then I'm not sitting here talking to this. What the fuck, man? Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm not reading no more of that person's comments. They're going to have to switch to a different account and they're annoying me. What the fuck, man? I'm going to say this much about your man, Mace. I'm going to be honest with you. When Mace first came out, I was not a Mace fan. I'm going to tell you why I did not like Mace. It's not that I didn't like him. I just figured I was better than him. And I was not a Mace fan. Shout out to Bushwick. Salute. I was not a Mace fan. Mace flow seemed too... Mace be the one that'll take you home. Mace ain't the one that'll pay for your phone. Mace be the one that'll take you home. Even though the days are long, on the days alone, I can make you moan. And everybody know I got more bounce than an ounce. Bad boy make more money than you can count. Why I'm buying things you can't even pronounce, or I do it to you bad for large amounts. Like, that's the flow. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes that shit hit. Like, if you vibing. But I can't call Mace one of the best rappers of all time. I can say he had his moment, though, and that's more than a lot of people could say. And that's more than a lot of people could say. You understand what I'm saying? Mike Jones says Mace must have dropped it after he got that info from Wack. Okay, now you just put me on the game. I heard about the fucking song like an hour before we got on, came on, about an hour, maybe 2 hours before showtime. What up, non-bigness? He says, BBN, good evening. The Reverend Mace be tripping. He dropped the N-word all over Puff. Mace like stirring things up so he could sell a few on his catalog. Okay, I'm not gonna put that because you put the R word in there, Mr. Barry Smalls. And Mace literally has been complaining about not getting his money for the longest. So, like I said, that guy never knows what he's talking about. Mace like stirring things up so he could sell a few. I don't know. Why can't Mace say the N-word? Is there a reason for that? Y'all really think that just because somebody starts openly worshiping the Most High that they have to be perfect? That's bananas. That's all I'm saying. I would not try to hold anybody to that standard. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is why I keep trying to say I don't be trying to bring these people up. I've been having to be held to that standard my whole entire life. So I don't think that that's right. I don't think it's right to hold somebody to a standard that they got to be perfect. I've been being held to that standard my whole life, and I'm telling you right now that makes you just, I don't know, it just, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna check this video out, and I may drop something on it tomorrow. I don't got time to look at that video. Thanks for sending that to me. Appreciate you, Mr. Jones, the super producer. Mace back Puffy needed to hear this. Nobody tells him or Jay-Z that they are evil. Um, are we mad at these guys because of what they did, or because they are black and they shouldn't have did it to black people? The reason why I say that is because a lot of these practices that they did that we don't agree with have been practices that's been in music industry since the 40s, the 50s, possibly the 30s, the 20s, who knows. Everybody forget Betty Boop was originally a black woman. When was Betty Boop created? Because we're talking about copyright and shit, right? That's basically in the same realm. Betty Boop was created in. Hold on. Why wouldn't it have the creation thing there? Rap bastards. Betty Boop was created in. She was featured in 90 theatrical cartoons between 1930 and 1938, 1939. So she was at least 1930, her first appearance. So it's been going on since 1930. I didn't say it makes it right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is a whole different question that I'm asking. I'm not asking the validity. I'm not asking the validity of whether it's right or it's wrong. It's wrong. What I'm saying is are we this mad at them? And this is a real question. Are we this mad at them because of the fact that they're black, and we're saying that, you're doing it to your own? I'm just asking. Just asking. Also, a lot of people, Jay-Z made a lot of people millionaires. I don't know if we could say the same thing about Diddy. Facts, Mafia was doing it real dirty in the music game. Yeah, Mafia, that's a fact. So that's all I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm not disagreeing with. I'm not coming for your comment. I'm just offering up a different, just saying something else, adding to it. I'm not coming for you. People often think I'm coming for them. I'm not coming for them. But I mean, I get it. I do be coming for people. Let's look at the poll real quick. Do you think Diddy should reach back and help artists that he used to work with? 52% said yes. 48% said no. Wow. 29% voted. 29 people voted. Some of you niggas is cold hearted. So y'all don't think that he should reach back and just help some artists that help make him rich? Y'all just cold hearted. Like, no, I'm not saying he has to do anything. I'm just saying, do you think he should? I wrote should, right? I didn't write have to, right? Do you think Diddy should? Yeah, should. Yeah, just should. I'm not saying nobody has to do anything. I just want to be clear on that. This motherfucker gonna be like, yo, Diddy don't have to do that. They should be getting. No, I'm not saying that he don't have to do anything. I'm saying should he? I think it'll be cool. It'll be cool. You have. It's a shame when you have. Which rapper was it that just passed away? Was that Black Rob? That was the last bad boy dude that passed away, and he was in the hospital all fucked up, or whatever the case was, and he went viral. And then all of a sudden, everybody came over like, "Oh man, we didn't know you was that bad." So I mean, I ain't got no heart to me. It's okay though. It's your right. That shit was crazy though. The dude from making the band just spazzed out on him too, right? John Cooley Jr. said that's a good ass poll question. Appreciate you. Also, that just goes to show you what kind of people those individuals that's hitting the thing anyway. Like, even if I was working with somebody who was doing well and I'm doing really good or whatever, why wouldn't I want to reach back and work with artists that I used to, or or help artists or do something like that that I used to work with before? I think it's the perception that people have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's the perception that people have. It's the way that their minds are, it's the way that our minds work sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you was working with somebody previously, why wouldn't you want to work with them again? Especially if there's no animosity or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't, if you was doing well, why wouldn't you want to reach back and help somebody that you previously might have had been on good terms with, or you had some good business relationships or whatever, and you see you could use some assistance and you could spare it. Like, why wouldn't you? It's like, so I don't understand. He said he should get Fred for making a band for the remix. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be honest with you. Check this out. I didn't think not one of those motherfuckers on making a band could rap. I'm just being honest with you. I didn't think not one of them could rap. Not that I thought some of them was good and some of them were bad. I didn't think not one of them could rap. I thought all of them was trash. I don't know who feels that way. Like, I thought all of them was trash. I'll just be honest with you. So I didn't think any of them would rap. Not one of them. That's just my opinion. I ain't think not one of them niggas could rap. Not one. I ain't think not one of none of them could rap. I'm busy sitting there looking at it a couple of times that I watched the show, thinking to myself, yo, this show would be so bananas if he had actual people on there that could rap. Like, this shit would be lit. But these niggas is trash. I'm like, these guys is really trash. But I was like, if they had good rappers on there, making a band would have been lit. But he didn't. I don't think he made making a band with the idea of actually making a band. You understand what I'm saying? They wasn't thinking about it. Like, what they should have did was this, right? This is what they should have did. This would have been dope. You do making the band, right? Right? Dylon. There's a couple of ways to do it, right? Okay, so one way you could do it is like this. You do making the band, and you have the band, you have the people in the band. Well, no. This is the way you do it. You do making the band. After you do making the band, right? You get the people that you're gonna be in the band at the end of the show. They make an album. The next season, you have another making the band where everybody has to then go work for their spot, but the people who coming back from last year, they have a advantage. You go again. At the end of that year, whoever make it, y'all drop an album, and you just keep doing it like that. So you gotta actually every year work for your spot to get on that album. That will be lit. But what the fuck they did, I don't know what the hell they was thinking about. I think they just went and was like, hey, you, and you. They just went down to fucking Home Depot. They just went down to Home Depot. There was some people standing outside. They said, hey, you, and you in the back of the truck. Motherfuckers jumped on the truck. They ended up rapping. The next thing they knew, what up? It's easy. Says good evening, Frost. Good evening. They drove down the Home Depot. Told them niggas to get on the back of the truck, man. You, and you on the back of the truck. Took them down to the studio. The fuck? Them niggas was terrible. I don't know what anybody else is talking about. Them dudes was terrible though. I heard Freddie P actually spitting some bars the other day that I was like, wow, those is actually pretty good. Go figure. Like, how did Dylon make it? Was Dylon actually good? I don't remember any of those. I don't remember any of this shit. All of them niggas was trash. I thought all of them guys was trash. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought they was all trash. That's why I didn't watch the show. It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. I'm not even looking at it like I should be on the show. I'm looking at it like I know niggas that I don't think is good. That's better than you niggas. Real shit. Like, so I couldn't watch the show. Cause I was like, I know dudes is better than you niggas. Right outside. That if they would got the opportunity to get on that show, they'd be killing it. And those guys, they're not that good. But they better than you niggas. Shout out to that shit. I think the only prerequisite to get on any of those shows is be open to do anything. So if you open to do anything, you could get on any one of those shows. They be like, you want to eat some maggot nuts? Yeah, I eat some maggot nuts. Y'all gonna cut them out? We're gonna take the maggot. We're gonna remove the genitalia. Remember, they don't got genitalias, man. I think them shits is like fucking them things produce asexually or some shit, right? Or maggots, the larva or the fly larva or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I hate when I tell a joke and then I start breaking down. Okay, so I'm gonna say something real quick and then we're gonna get back to what we're talking about. So when I write, especially when I write like fiction, like, you know what I'm saying. Whenever I come up with some kind of a fantastical thing that the person is doing, I also then try to make it so that it's explainable inside of our science, inside of the scientific world that we live in, like inside of our the way that our world works. How about Evan Avilas? How you doing, Edwin? This is what up, Frost, chillin'. Man, so I always try to make it work, like, so to work inside of what we do, like in our world. Want to know who else was inconsistent? You got it. Doc from fucking Back to the Future. He was extremely inconsistent. Doc from Back to the Future. Really smart people usually, y'all. Great poll question. You think so? Thank you. Appreciate you. I actually, real talk, I have actually inspired a lot of people to become YouTubers. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's actually a bona fide fact. That's a fact. That's actually a terrible trait of mine. It seems I usually do encourage people to do things, and it usually backfires on me. So I don't like encouraging people to do things. I don't like to, just on some real shit, like not even trying to be a dick. I don't like I don't like uh encouraging people to do nothing. It always backfires on me. Like always. I hate encouraging anybody to do anything. Put a foot in the ass entertainment. Chilling. Let's get back to Diddy. I do want to say this. I personally think, and this is just okay. So this whole industry is not as big as a lot of y'all think it is. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, that's not all I'm gonna say, but this whole industry isn't as big as a lot of y'all think it is. A lot of these individuals I know. And you'll be surprised at some of the shit that was going on behind the scenes. Like, dude made a comment earlier, right? Dude said, I'm assuming that Bo Dollar is the dude that I said I wasn't gonna read his comment no more. So I'm not reading Bo Dollar's comments no more neither. Okay, so shit is really smaller than niggas think it is. I know niggas feel like there's so many people and there's so much, but it's really actually pretty small when you get to a certain area of. It's pretty small. So I'm gonna say this much. Some of these people who are complaining about Diddy, this is the reason why I don't bring it up more. And this is why one of the main things I'm always talking about over here is the kids, and it's important how we raise our kids. It's so important. What up, artist formerly known as an Andre? It's so important how we raise our kids. It's really so important. Like, your goal shouldn't be for your kid to turn 18. Your goal should be for your kid to become a responsible adult. If your goal for your kid is just for your kid to turn 18 and after that, you did your job, you're a terrible person and you should have never had children. I mean, you're probably not you're probably a pretty bad person not to care about your child at all. See, it's one thing to think there's something wrong right now. I'm really bad luck. I feel like if I go around certain people, I might harm their lives. Bad things might happen to them. That's one thing, right? But it's a whole nother thing to just be like, well, I don't care. I don't want to be a part of that, even if I could be. Just so we could be clear. So, I say that to say, some of these dudes, niggas don't know. I keep saying this. Some niggas ain't never been famous. Some niggas ain't never been popular. That's a better way to put it. Some niggas ain't never been popular, so they don't know how to react when they get popular. They get too happy. I've been popular damn near ever since I turned 14, 15 years old, I've been popular everywhere I've been. So I don't look at popularity the same way other people look at popularity. Other people see that they're popular and they get happy and they like this. I see it and then I kind of shy away from it because I'm so used to, like, this is not cap. This is real talk. This is why a lot of y'all don't know how to interact with me. Or that's I don't or why I might seem difficult to interact with sometimes. I've been popular forever. Like, since I've been 14, 15 years old, I've been popular. So I tend to shy away from situations that other people love to be in because they could like grandstand or whatever the case is. I tend to shy away from that shit. So I say that to say this: a lot of those dudes, even though they was known in their hood or whatever, a lot of those dudes felt like they had to live up to a certain expectation, especially being attached to Bad Boy. So these guys is on the block, these guys is on the hood, these guys is spending up all of their money that ain't even theirs, monies they supposed to be spending on projects, everything else. So I get what people were saying when they're saying Diddy don't owe them guys nothing. I'm not saying Diddy owes anybody anything. I am going to say this. For all intents and purposes, it's being said that he took monies that didn't belong to him, that belonged to the artist behind the scenes. Now, whether he did or he didn't, he got money to spare now. Let's say you don't want to give them some money. Why don't you go open up a business venture and allow for them to attach themselves to it so they could get a check? Is that fair? I don't want to give you anything. But I have this business venture that we're going to get involved in. And I'm going to cut you in so you can get a check some way. We might not have been on the greatest of terms, but I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without having met you. You was a big part of what we had going on. That's all I'm saying. Give me 1 second. Okay. I didn't even need to know that. That was so fucking tapped in. I thought I was about to tell you some stupid shit. Nobody cares about that. That caused money. Daddy Stinger, Diddy Stinger, Diddy Stinger. Oh, Diddy Stingy. Yeah, no. But that's my point. We all know that's my point. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, Diddy isn't gonna do it. Obviously, Diddy isn't gonna do it. Now, Big Nissan said that's a great idea. Like, throw them a vine. Times is different. Now, more things to grow ideas. Yes, that's it. Like, why not? Like, that's all I'm saying. See, that's the point. See, this is what I'm trying to explain. What you have to understand is we're living in a period of time where people are spending more time trying to prevent progress than trying to create progress. You understand? Like they spend more time trying to prevent progress than create progress. A lot of us don't feel satisfied, I guess you could say. I don't want to say satisfied. Fulfilled. There we go. A lot of us don't feel fulfilled because we're not doing something positive in our life that we're receiving positive dividends from. And if not, let them work for Revolt. My dude, there's a ton of things that Diddy could do that get a check to some of these people that he used to work with. There's a ton of them. Alright? Let's just keep it a stack. That's why I keep saying that's why I said no notification. I need people to hit the like button. We had about 400 or 500 people in and out through here with 31 likes. I need people to hit the like button. The question is, do you think Diddy should reach back and help artists who used to work with him? The people that said no, like, really? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's a fact. He also owns Revolt. He could literally just let them freaking come interview on a show or two. Not get interviewed on a fucking pro. There's a ton of things he could do that wouldn't be that'll be just nothing to him. That'll be nothing. He's already gonna pay somebody else. He's already gonna pay somebody to do it. Why not pay somebody that he already knows? That he has a little connection to, and that he needs to probably, it'll be a good look to put a couple bucks in their pocket. That's why I'm looking at the people that saying no. Like, why? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, think about that for a moment. I bet you those are the same people that try to convince people to not do drops over here. Also, because somebody put the Cash App in the chat, it's an hour and 16 minutes into the show. I ain't see the Cash App once. I'm pretty sure Prince to Amir ain't here. That's why it ain't happen. Shout out to the people who do drops and they don't even need to see the Cash App. Shout out to the people who hear me talking about drops and then drop. Sebastian Thompson says, good evening, BBN. Salute. He says, no notifications on the live. I'm sorry about that. Yes, they are. I'm not getting no notifications. Notifications are not going out. We have 53 people in here, and notifications have not been going out. I feel blessed. And I know notifications going out because I'm not getting notifications either. I'm just gonna go look at my other phone and see if they sent one to that one. Yeah, I'm not getting notifications either, so I know no notifications is going out. Appreciate you. Yeah, he owns Revolt also. There's a ton of things that he could do to help artists. My dude, they had one of his artists that was there when he when he was making Bad Boy just died in the hospital, homie. And then they had to do a GoFundMe to bury them. How? How is any Bad Boy artist needing to put up a GoFundMe? Any ex Bad Boy artist, any Bad Boy, you got to put up a GoFundMe? Why? So, nah, I'm not on that time. Shout out to Diddy. I'm not on that time. That was not a real shout out, by the way. What up? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Gonna go to commercial break. Be right back.
I'm out of the X, you know where I'm from. I'm from the time before playing with guns. If there was beef, we roll with the one-on-one. If you lost, you came back to get some. Now niggas roll with the pole attached to the drums. Niggas was stupid before, but now they going dumb. I was down with hip-hop from the jump. Some niggas is just culture vultures and gumps. My bad average, high as hell, fuck a slump. Home runs to the parking lot when you chumps. Rounding the bases, waving, rocking the Jordan dunks. I'm broke right now, can't give fucks. New niggas fragile like a Kia, but act tough. Don't get beat down and fucked up. Don't bring your girl to the fight, she get fucked. I see her watching my bowl just enough. I put bleach on the mic for clean cuts. So don't speak evil or rebut. If it comes down to the dirt, we pop trunks. I'm a Vegeta nigga, you a hot lunch. My stomach acid bubbling from the hunch. It seems I'm a captain, you a crunch. Ain't shit coming through for you in the clutch. I'm about to put your whole team on one crutch. What you saying?
Yeah, I needed a second. You said Craig Mack. Actually, I was thinking of Black Rob also, right? Black Rob also, right? Damn, that if it was, pardon me. Oh yes, R.I.P. to Scott Hall. That's a fact. Scott Hall just passed away. For everybody that don't know, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall just passed away. For everybody that don't know, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall just passed away. Who he legitimately had one of the best moves in wrestling. That Razor's Edge shit was dope. That nigga was full-blooded Caucasian. I don't, and nobody never said nothing about it. Nobody, even when he was still alive, I don't think nobody really made a big deal about. He was a whole white man playing a Hispanic guy. Also, R.I.P. to Tracy Braxton. Absolutely, no, it's Tracy with an I. It's Tracy with an I. R.I.P. to Tracy Braxton. Also, I think she passed away in surgery or something like that. I think so. R.I.P. to her also. That's a fact. Except the Sky Hole. That's back when wrestling was good. The late 90s, early aughts. That's back when wrestling was the best. I don't think it's ever gonna reach those heights again because they got greedy and bought WCW. They should have never did that. Once they bought WCW, WWE bought WCW, they needed the animosity there. When the animosity wasn't there no more, it changed. They needed the animosity there. But absent that, McMahon made more money, so I'm pretty sure he don't care. Like he's a cash grab for him. He's now making all the bucks. And I thought WWE just did wrestling better anyway. I always liked WWE. I didn't really like WCW that much. Only thing I liked about WCW was the video game. Really, I didn't really like it that much. I'd watch it though. There was certain aspects of it I liked, I guess. Um, there were certain things I liked. But I like WWE. WWE. I don't like change too tough. I like WWE. WWE was going. I remember I saw I went to an actual wrestling match once and actually sat next to Bret Hart's father the whole match. This is the whole fact. The whole match I sat next to Bret Hart's father. What up Rose Goes? Just what up Jack? The whole match. It's kind of dope. I didn't know it was him though. I found out it was him because Bret Hart came up over to us. That's how I found out it was my brother and them knew. You understand what I'm saying? My brother knew. My brother knew. It was my brother, my father, and me. And I think I had another brother there or whatever. I forgot why we went to that shit. I think my father was there. I think anyway. So during the actual action, and it was televised by the way. During the actual, I mean, it was recorded obviously. During the actual, it wasn't at Madison Square Garden. It was actually at the it's a theater down the block from Madison Square Garden. Like when you step outside the theater and you turn your head to the side, you see the garden. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's right there. It's literally, I'm gonna tell you what street it's on. You know, if you've been to Madison Square Garden, do you know where they have the Knicks desk at? That corner where they got the Knicks desk at, where if they doing the Knicks playback shit and they in there broadcasting and you walk past that corner, you could look in and you could see them actually doing the broadcasting. That corner, that's the corner, that's the block is down. That's the block is down, I believe. Yeah, I went there a long time ago. It was like I was a kid. What was I kid? I wasn't a kid. I was about 15. I was about 15, 16 years old. I wasn't a kid. dope. I said that Bret Hart, yo, them niggas is big, yo. And Bret Hart is one of the little niggas. That niggas is big, yo. Nigga Bret Hart came up there. Something happened with one of uh the one of the wrestlers did something to his father. This was around the same amount of time. This is exactly around the same time that they had the storyline going with Bret Hart in WWE, where I think they was talking about him and his father heavy, like, cause his father had showed up to a couple of different shows, like that we could see him on TV. Like this was around that time. It was probably like 96, maybe 95, maybe like around that time. Like around 90, 95, 96. Around that time. Could have been earlier than that. It could have been during Jordan's first run. So it could have been like 93, 94. Nah, 94 maybe. Not 93. Yeah, it was kind of dope. Wrestlers is fucking huge. Remember, Bret Hart was one of the smaller wrestlers. The motherfucker came there and stood next to us. That nigga was huge. And there was some other nigga was over there, and I think the fucking the ref, it was huge. I was like, what? And it was the ref that's at all the matches, so it was dope. It was dope. It's the ref that you usually see at the all the matches. So it was kind of dope. For everybody that don't know, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. You know, I was busy here talking, and none of y'all was gonna tell me that the volume wasn't on. Nobody wasn't gonna say I was on mute. Nobody wasn't gonna write mute. Y'all just heard me here talking, you rat bastards. All of you rat bastards. Y'all saw me here with my mouth moving. Me, obviously, thank you, artist formerly known as an Andre. Y'all see me, finally. Y'all see me over here, mouth moving and all. No words. Nobody thought y'all just wasn't gonna. Was y'all laughing at me? You said AEW roster. I don't actually watch wrestling anymore, but AEW roster has a lot of WWE people. Okay. Okay. No, I saw you. No, I saw you do it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Artist formerly known as an Andre. I was like, I'm busy over here talking, and like, and so my eyes is wandering because I'm visualizing what I'm talking about. I looked and I said, wait, hold on, that shit is red. Why is that shit red? Yeah, I know there's a delay. It takes a minute to post. I'm gonna end this post in this poll. Appreciate everybody that commented. Once again, I want to apologize about being late today with the live. Um, Please hit the like button on any videos that you see. I need so many likes on my videos. I pay attention. I need so many likes on my videos. I can't even explain. So please hit the likes for me, please. If you see any of our videos up, please hit the like button. If you see any of our videos, any of our posts, please hit the like button. I need all of the likes. Can't get no likes on no fucking videos, man. I'm gonna do. I need you. See, this is how it works. The people who are just look, when you're just a part of the community, you're supposed to hit the like button whether you like the video or not. That's how these other niggas is winning. They people just, I mean, y'all guys are great. I'm not knocking y'all, and I'm also not blaming anybody for nothing. I'm literally just asking for people to hit the like button. Usually when I'm asking for people to do things, I talk in a certain manner. And because of the way I talk, people could trick other people into making them think I'm blaming somebody for something. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all the way I talk, the way that I keep trying to tell y'all the way I talk, the way I talk, I have to constantly repeat things so people can't lie on me. So y'all think that I just want to keep repeating myself, but I don't want to keep repeating myself. I just noticed that when I don't repeat myself a million times, people start thinking things that's not true. So I be feeling like I'm trapped. And that I have to constantly always say something over and over and over again. Because I want to tell y'all why it's that way, but I don't want to bring them assholes up. But I'm going to say this. For all parents, when you have a child and your child comes to you and say that there's a problem or there's an issue, please listen to both sides. Don't never listen to your child's side and only listen to the side of the other people. Because your child will grow up thinking that everybody's against them. Your child will have a hard time being able to connect with other people. Because it's kind of fucked up when your own parent always takes somebody else's side over yours. No matter what is happening. So just parents out there, remember your children are people. Your children are not things. Your children are not animals. Your children are not inanimate objects. Your children are people that got emotions, that got feelings. Please don't teach your child that everybody else in the world is more important than them. Please don't teach your child that. Um, what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'll give it a minute, see if there's anything y'all guys want to discuss. I'm kind of discussed out. If there's something y'all want to discuss, I'll stay here and talk about it though. I don't understand the thing. All right. I'm gonna let y'all go. Let everybody go. Just enjoy your night. If you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, when you wake up in the morning, one of the first things you want to do is drink water. So please get that good old H2O in your body. Uh, One of the main reasons why water is so important is because it actually kind of like replaces your cells. So if you want to heal better, heal faster, if you want to be how do you say, recover from sicknesses sooner, drink more water. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang, hashtag Wrong Promise. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgot about you. I'm out.